Let's see the solution to question number 7. If a and b are positive even integers, which of the following is greatest? There are 4 algebraic expressions in terms of a and b in the answer choices. So what we do here is simply determine which of the 4 terms is the greatest one. Let us, consider a few things first. We can notice that in all the expressions, b is part of the exponent, while in all the expressions, a is part of the base. So, what does this first expression truly mean? It is a power of a product, so we can apply exponent b to each of the terms, -2 up to b, times a up to b. But consider this, since b is an even integer, okay, then every time you raise a negative number to an even exponent, the negative sign of the base disappears because of the rule of signs in the multiplication of real numbers. For example, -2 up to 4 will always be +16, and so on. So, this is exactly the same as having 2 up to b times a up to b. What about the second expression? We can also do the same split. We have -2 up to 2b times a up to 2b. But after applying the same consideration regarding the sign of this power here, this will be 2 up to 2b times a up to 2b. Clearly, if a is an integer and b is also an integer, this power will have a greatest, value because it has a greater exponent than the first one. So clearly we can take away or cross out the first answer choice. The first answer choice is not greater than the second. Okay, the second is greater because it has higher exponents. What about number 3? Take a look. It is 2 up to b times a up to b. So this is exactly the same value as option A. So we can also cross this out. And what about the last one? Is 2 times a up to 2b. But if you compare this last expression with the expression in number 2, they have the same common part, a up to 2b, while the first is preceded by this factor, 2 up to 2b, and this is just 2. So, since they share the same common factor, a up to 2b, the value of the whole expression will be determined by the value of this preceding factor. Which one is greater? Definitely, if b is an even integer, 2 up to an integer greater than 1 will always be greater than just 2. So, the correct answer choice must be the second one. That is the greatest of all 4 expressions.